Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel.
If you guys don't know, we moved. We left the north. We are now in Florida, into the Sunshine State, I guess.
Hi. But we're about to tell you our story of how little baby Ramani came to be. The way it started out when we first moved down here, it was a little difficult because we were in between employers. So the insurance from the previous employer did not really help to cover the current birth. There is what's called a COBRA coverage or an extended coverage, but it was a $5,000 deductible.
That's crazy.
And our current employer, the insurance wouldn't kick in for 75 days, so we fell in this gap of no coverage and went all around to all these different physicians, went to the health department and Florida's women and children to try and figure out what are all the different options and how we were going to get covered. And finally we decided the cheapest option would be to pay out of pocket.
It was expensive.
Yeah, it was going to be expensive, but the cheapest option of the two. But anyways, Loca's due date was August 12th.
Yes, August 12th. That was my due date, and I remember we first moved to this house, I believe like 3 weeks later. I was supposed to give birth, which was supposed to be on August 12th. But August 12th came, nothing did happen. I wasn't having any contractions or anything like that, but I was still having little minor contraction, I guess, but it was but it wasn't as strong as like I was supposed to. So till like 5 days passed.
Well, yeah, I had to schedule my paternity leave of 2 weeks based on when she was due.
When?
And I'm sure, as you know, babies do not follow books or directions.
They don't follow rules, yeah.
So the 12th rolled around, nothing. We saw her OB doc the Friday before her due date, and nothing. Checked the cervix and everything was favorable for delivery. Inducing, and she wasn't having any contractions.
It was crazy, I remember that.
And so then we
decided to do the inducing, to induce me basically, so the baby can be able to.
That was the following week. We went back and he said if nothing happens by this date, they're inducing. They scheduled the induction date for the
August 17th.
5 days after her expected due date.
Yep. So they told us that we have to be at the hospital around
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And
well,
then,
they told us to call the hospital then.
Yeah, they told us to call the hospital before coming up there. And then August 16th, I remember we were getting ready to go to bed. We had dinner and everything, was fine. And before we went to bed, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get induced. I wish the baby can come right now.
She was so worried and scared and didn't know what to expect about being induced.
Yeah, I did not like the whole idea of being induced. So, and then we went to sleep till like around 3 a.m. That's why the contraction was like really, really intense, because I didn't really know exactly when the contraction actually started. Yeah,
because with Manu, she actually had Braxton Hicks, so she didn't really know what true contractions started like.
So around 3 o'clock a.m., that's what the contraction really hit. Like it was so bad that I couldn't take it anymore. So then like I did have to wake you up, remember?
Nothing like being woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
So I woke him up, and then around 5 o'clock we called, and then they told us it would be best that we come around 7. So we did have to wait around 7, and meanwhile I was still having the contraction there.
And they were getting worse and worse, and she was moving around and laying and breathing and squatting to the bathroom, wash her face off with water, and trying to find a comfortable position.
And to sleep, it was bad.
There was points where she was just leaning over the chair to try and get comfortable.
Yeah, it was so bad. And then once we got there to the hospital around 7,
I had to wheel her up in a wheelchair, going up to the labor and delivery, trying to ring in and call the people. When we get in there, I was like, she's been having contractions since about 3 o'clock in the morning. And they wheeled her into a room, and she was just uncomfortable the entire time. And just that, when you're uncomfortable, you can't find a position that helps bring any relief. And
It was bad.
And the nurse was like, well, we're going to have a baby today, one way or the other, being induced. And they put her up on the table, and they checked her cervix, and guess what? She was fully dilated, which means the cervix was all the way open and ready for baby to come out.
And then that was like around 8 something. Hopefully I'll be able to find the exact time and then have it up on the screen.
After checking her, they did some test pushing, and after a baby's head started coming down, we saw the little hair, and the sac that the baby is in, the amniotic sac, was still intact, which means her water had not broken. It didn't break until baby's head came out. And it only took like 4 pushes for Ramani to be pushed all the way out. Can you imagine pushing a baby out and what that feels like?
And hear her first time crying. Like, it was just, her cute little voice was like completely different than my boys.
Yeah, the first breath of air.
She was just so beautiful, so perfect. I wasn't crying, and I was so happy that I wasn't even like, I didn't even like realize that I was so much in pain whatsoever to just like cry. It was just like pure joy.
Yeah. And I got to cut the umbilical cord and separate baby from mama.
That was beautiful. I thought that was really, really nice.
And then they took her to the station to weigh her and get her warm, take all of her vitals, check her out completely. And it was just a wonderful experience. It's overwhelming. There's so much going on in the room. What's going on with mommy, what's going on with baby, and all that stuff.
And her weight was 6 pounds. 6 pounds something. Hopefully we'll be able to
7 ounces.
6 pounds.
9 ounces.
6 pounds, 9 ounces.
We'll double check.
We didn't get all this thing prepared. Skin to skin.
Yeah,
it was
skin
pure
to
joy.
skin, baby to chest. I mean, it's amazing that babies have these, what am I thinking? Intuitive things when they're placed to chest, and they'll automatically start rooting or searching for the nipple and looking for the milkies.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. The funny thing was, when I did all the hard work, right? I gave birth, I pushed and all of that, all those pain.
Carry your baby around for 9 months.
Yes, carry baby for 9 months and have all the discomfort, and I mean, it was crazy. If you had a baby, you know what I'm talking about. So then I was in a recovery home, and my husband was there, and then he said, oh yeah, I'm gonna take Manu to go look around and grab some few little stuff. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I was laying in my bed and relaxing with our daughter. And then the next thing I know, I see my husband coming out of the room, opening the door. He comes out with a beautiful, gorgeous flowers and, balloons and all of those nice stuff. And then I was like, oh, this is so nice. This is so cute. Let me just see that, And then I seriously thought those flowers were for me. I don't think he knows that story. I didn't tell you that, right? I seriously thought those flowers seriously for me. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. This is so nice. He was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, let me see that. And then I grabbed it, and then I looked at the card, and the flower says, happy birthday, baby Ramani. And I was like, what? It's for Ramani? She doesn't even know what flower is. Seriously,
her gift was the baby.
I was so shocked.
I got you balloons. And you got a baby.
So that's my gift.
That was your gift.
That was so funny. So if she's awake, we'll probably show you guys. She's like a month and a half right now. She's getting so big and so cute.
Chunky. Getting the chunky bros.
So I hope you guys really enjoy our video. And make sure you subscribe so you won't miss any of our other videos down below in the subscription button. You just have to click, and then we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.